Hello, carbon-based life form. The unprofessional space pirate is currently indisposed, so I will be leading today's project.
No, no, no. Computer, shut down. Hey, space friend. So the ship's AI found out what I'm planning to make today, and since it's not actually repair work, it's deemed me obsessed with trivial projects and unfit to fly a spaceship. Somehow it managed to have me tied up in the airlock all day. Is it wrong? Probably not. Do I care? Absolutely not. So since I've escaped for the time being, for today's trivial project, we're going to make a color-changing lamp. All we need for this project is an RGB LED, 4 male to female jumper wires, and something to cover it with. I'm just using a rolled up piece of paper. First, we create an array of floating point variables called RGB. We're going to have 3 elements in that array that will store the intensity values for each color. We then set the pins for each color on the RGB LED and set color delay to 100. This just means that the color changes are going to be delayed by 100 milliseconds. In the setup, we are setting all of our LEDs as outputs and then initially just turning on the red LED. The RGB LED emits different colors using PWM. This simulates an analog output that provides different voltage levels to each LED. Here's a graphic of how you would write different colors to the module using PWM. Think of 0 as completely off and 255 as completely on. That means to get red, you write 255 to the red LED and 0 to the green and blue ones. To get even more colors than this, we just adjust the values to numbers other than 0 and 255. The first part of this for loop is setting y to 0 and saying while y is less than or equal to 3, continue incrementing y. The purpose of this is to control the color transitions between 3 different cases, y equals 1, y equals 2, and y equals 3. The first if statement executes when y equals 1. It states that x is 0, and while x is less than or equal to 255, continue incrementing x. RGB with 0 in the brackets is referencing the first element in the array, which is the red LED. 1 and 2 is green and blue respectively. So with this for statement, we're setting red to 255 minus x. We turn red on in the setup, so the color that will start at red and then the red hue will decrease by 1 until x has incremented to 255. At the same time, the green LED will be off and the blue LED is going to increase incrementally by 1 until it hits 255. Then we write those values to each color LED, all delayed by 100 milliseconds. If y is equal to 2 is referencing that outer for loop. So after the statement for y equals 1 executes, then we'll move to this one. It does the same thing as the last one, but it increments green by x and decrements blue by x while red stays off. Then that outer for loop increases to 3, so the next if statement executes and does the same thing, incrementing red and decrementing green while blue stays off. Let's turn all the lights off and get a better idea of what this thing looks like. Well, I don't care what the ship's AI thinks. Today's project was fun and I'm not afraid to say it. Actually, I'm terrified to say it. Please send help before it gets rid of me for good.